I'm looking outside my window.
I think Stephani, our CEO, is in the store today. So I kind of want to sit down so you can hear her heart. There's been so many beautiful things happening here at Janine's Bridal. There's been so much happening in the world. And really and truly, there is such a passion and heart for brides and everything they're experiencing and going through this year. So I think what we should do is go hunt her down, grab her so we can ask her some questions, because I really want you to get to know her and her heart. So let's go see where she is. There she is, of course. Hi, Stephani.
Hi.
What you doing?
Oh, my favorite thing, flowers.
Flowers. There is always fresh flowers here. You do such a great job at making this beautiful.
Thank you.
So I have some of my friends here.
Hi.
And I was wondering if you had some time, if we could steal you away to ask you some questions.
Sure, I love on the spot.
Yes. That's how it goes around here. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, let's go.
All right.
Till it's PM. Getting back, the sun is dark again. No, let us be partners in crime. You and me as
So I have some questions to ask you, because I really want my friends here to hear from you. This store is so breathtaking, it's so beautiful, and we happened to move in here right before the world kind of crashed down. So I want to hear from you, and I'm sure those watching really want to hear from you, because you are the heart of all of this, and you're the emotion of all of this. So there is so much passion, because there has to be, in order for a bridal shop to stay standing. And the world went down February, March, so you know, we're doing a great job. This is such a successful store, and I think there's some magic behind it. So let's hear from you. So you are someone who always wants to help. Okay, for those of you that don't know behind the scenes, if there's like a stray dog outside, a stray bride outside, she will come bring whatever it is, whoever it is, in here to help. So my question is, well, what is that passion to want to help? Where does that come from?
Wow. I was just doing flowers, guys. And here I am crying. It just comes from my heart. I know. That's just who I am. I really care. I mean, part of doing this was for my mom. And I just want to see people and animals happy, even if it's for a second, and if it's something that I can do to help. That drives me every morning. It gets me out of bed.
So there's so many things that happen here behind the scenes, and Stephani here is so passionate, and most of what she does is behind the scenes here at Janine's Bridal. But everything that you see has her heart attached to it. Everything here, when it comes to when you walk in, how the store looks, how the store feels, your experience here as a bride, the dress that you choose, everything comes down to this woman right here. And there's a lot of love right here. So that's probably why you feel a lot of love at the core of everything that we put out. Something that's really unique to our location here is the professionalism and the growth of the company itself. This store is massive, and you have the largest selection of dresses here in the SF Bay Area that I've ever seen and know of. But a little birdie told me that you have an actual HR department.
We do.
So why is that? Why do you invest in an HR part of this company?
I think when I first started doing this, it was just Janine and I. And Janine would sew, and I would do everything else. Phones, emails, paperwork, taxes, brides, dresses, you name it, I did it. And I started to grow. I hired employees a few years in, thank God, because it was crazy trying to do it all myself. But I did notice that with me handling so much and all over the place, that somebody needed to be able to talk to somebody, to vent to someone, to make sure that this was a healthy environment. If we're not healthy internally, there's no way we're healthy for our customers and our brides. And if we really want to help, and we want everyone to be happy, I need happy employees. And that creates just an environment where the vibe's right, everything's right, and we're able to just do what we do best, which is putting smiles on brides' faces and help them have that moment of, this is it.
I think that's so important because, you know, when you walk in here and you meet the stylists, they love their job. This is really a family business. Ha ha. But even if you don't come in here as family, you do really feel like family here.
You do.
And I know that's really important to you and one of your values. One of the things I think is so fascinating is you do not have commission-based sales here in the store.
No.
Why is that?
Again, I'm a very genuine person, and I never wanted my stylist to not be that way with the customers. I think that when you put commission in there, you know, women will be women, and it can turn aggressive, it can turn catty, it can turn where customers are feeling pressured more than they should. I mean, this is such a big purchase for most women. It's definitely more than they probably ever spent on a garment before. And so we want it to be special. And I felt like if I played that internal money game in the back with my staff, that it would turn to be definitely not genuine. And customers wouldn't be as happy, and it would reflect the business and who I am.
See, guys, it's all about you. If you go to our Yelp account or our Google account, you will be able to read hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of beautiful reviews that really, really speak and are a testament to this value about being genuine. So many of our brides talk about how they never feel pressured. And, you know, there is a sense of a lot of brides that maybe feel like, you know, you need to have more than one appointment or let me go see multiple locations. But really and truly, I mean, this store has the most dresses out of anyone, the best selection, awesome, beautiful designers, a heart of gold at the center of the company. Like,
thank you.
What would you really, really want other than coming here and having this be your final destination? Also, right now, with everything going on in the world, and you are not a commission-based company heart here, I couldn't help but let you guys know, because again, a lot of this is behind the scenes. You are holding hundreds of dresses for brides who have had to cancel their wedding, change their plans, and you are not charging a storage fee. Why is that?
There is a lot of dresses back there, which is good because
cue the B-roll so you can see them all right now. Okay? Yes.
So, I mean, part of it is kind of cool because I'm like, wow, like we have this many brides, right? this many people were able to come experience this place, buy their dresses come in. But when everything hit, I just think it would be bad to, I don't even know how to say it, excel off of other people's misery, right? I wasn't looking to profit off of something bad. We're all struggling, right? Like, this is tough. So I couldn't imagine making it tougher for everyone that last minute is, you know, having to adjust or cancel or move things. I just want to make it as easy as possible for everybody.
So not only did she not charge brides, but you actually had people come in here to build second tier storage
Yes.
so that we could house all of the dresses. Like,
Yes.
it is really overwhelming when you see everything all at once. Like, whoa, the magnitude of what has happened this year. It's kind of just hanging right there out in the open.
Absolutely. And I couldn't see having to like relocate or move things. I feel like everything should stay right here where we are so we can guard them with our lives, and have everything just stay here where we are and keep everything safe. And when they're ready, we'll be ready to help.
I know I've heard from a few of you brides on social media, and when you saw the post that we did with just scanning the dresses on the wall, some of you even said, oh my gosh, that's my dress. But you guys really, there was an overpour of just so much gratitude and just so many people grateful and thankful that we would even think to do that, but that they know where it is. There's no stress. It's safe. It's beautiful. It's not in a dark, dingy room.
Right.
It is out in the light, bright, open, and really where we see it every day and can make sure that nothing happens to it. Like, that is so important because, as you said, this is the most important day, the most important garment.
Absolutely.
And to you, this is not a sale. It is someone's special day.
Totally. And I mean, hey, everyone's dresses in there is at way better temperature than most of our homes in the Bay Area
That
right
is
now.
true, right? That is
Don't
true.
worry, it's nice and cool. Not experiencing the Indian summer we're having.
So, something that I think not everyone knows here is that you actually provided a wedding here for one of the first brides that were really hit hard and impacted by COVID-19.
Yes.
So it was one of those moments that I was actually really excited to be here for, because I was in the back, the phone call came in, you were on the computer, and it was just like everything stopped. You just turned and it was like, what's going on? What's happening? And we didn't have systems in place yet. We didn't know that you could wear a mask yet, right? This was like the very beginning.
The day or two when like shutdown was happening.
Yes.
Very first.
And what was so amazing is you just hopped in and it was like you knew exactly what to do. You hopped in and you said, why don't we have the wedding here?
Well, we have the space now and it's beautiful.
Right? In the beginning of the pandemic, before shutdown, it was not even a thought. Just, let's host the wedding here.
Well, I mean, everyone had just canceled on her like hours prior to her coming to pick up her dress for her wedding the next day.
And how much notice did you have to get the store ready for that wedding?
Less than 24 hours.
I have to show you guys just some simple shots here so you can see what really happens in a moment where the heart of gold is at the center of a company. This beautiful moment happened. I remember I was here, I was sitting on the floor, I was just in awe that this was even happening. It felt like a moment in history.
I know.
And I remember the couple standing over here after their wedding, and she was in a beautiful Haley Page dress.
She was.
And she was beaming, and they were just kissing each other and having a private moment with us lurking in the back. On the
I know.
side.
I felt all like creepy, and I'm like, of course, since I'm always behind the scenes, guys, I don't. I dress more comfy than than anything, and I'm over there in my Warriors, derby jacket. They probably have no idea who I am. That I'm actually the one running the show here. But yeah, we were definitely enjoying it from afar, and it was beautiful, and I was just, I mean, it was so cool the way they set the chairs up, the fireplaces were going. They even thought to bring pictures and put them on the mantle just to make it very personable, and it was really pretty.
That was amazing, and you could really feel the sense of relief, the sense of happiness, the fearful tears turned to relief tears in that moment. And
Yes.
just like, oh my gosh, you really helped a couple get married on the day that they intended to.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Thank you. Well, everyone helped. It wasn't just me. I would love to say that I was just the only one, but no. You guys helped, and staff helped, and we got it done.
Shout
That's
out
great.
to also, they had a dog in the wedding, and you said no problem, right?
Oh,
of course, right? Oh, a pet? Yeah, no problem. They
Yes,
can totally show
we
up.
are animal friendly.
So, for you, what has been the most difficult part of this pandemic with the brides?
Wow. I don't know. That's a good question. I feel like what was hard is everyone, staff, everyone here, trying to just remain calm and reminding brides that we're alive and this is okay, and calming the panic, and trying to just let them know, at least on our end, that we got their back, and it's not, we can make anything happen. I'm definitely a yes person, so I'm like, we can do it. What do we got to do? It's not, it's very hard for me to say no. So with that, I try very hard to make sure that they're happy. What do we need to do? We're storing dresses. We're putting payments off. I mean, what do we need to do? Mm-hmm. Yes, we need to stay in business too, and all of that. But I'm always looking out for the best interest of everybody else a lot of time. And I think the hardest thing was just the overload of panic, and we just needed to make sure that there wasn't a reason to panic. We were going to do what we needed to do.
You have really been just a force, and there has been so much going on top of the pandemic this year that everyone is aware of. Okay. And when you walk in here, you still feel love and you still feel hope. So what is it in you that keeps driving you?
I'm going to try not to cry on this one, guys. I don't know if that'll happen. I don't know. I am just somebody that I do what I want and I make it happen. And failure is not an option for me. And I carry that with everything I do. I want to conquer that mountain. I want to climb to the top. I want people to be happy. I want things to be done. And I'm going to say that again. Failure is not an option. So I just fight, and I'm very passionate about all of that. So
this has been a really, really difficult time. What is it for you personally that drives you to keep going in spite of it all?
For me, the fire to make this happen and work again is failure is not an option for me. I will fight until I don't have to fight anymore. I like starting the business. My family is very important.
everything that they put into this and being involved with, and I just couldn't imagine having to walk away from this for any reason, even any reason at all. I also, from the beginning, even without the pandemic, I always felt like I needed to do this for my staff. They love to be here, and I love having them here. So it was very important for me to problem solve and do everything I needed to do to fight for them too.
So there's obviously a big part of history here and a legacy here in the family that you are trying to leave and kind of make your mark.
Yes.
So there's a really cool piece of history to Janine's Bridal here at this location, and that is that you actually felt this place before even coming here. So why don't you give us a little backstory to just the magic of how this location even happened, because that is a love story in and of itself.
Absolutely. So in the very beginning, we're going on our 11-year anniversary now. So right prior to that, 11 and a half years ago, I guess you could say, this location itself was one of the spots we were looking at for having the bridal shop at, and it doesn't even include everything that we have added in now, but at that point I looked at it and I said it's too big, it's too much. They're probably gonna want a fortune for that. Like there's no way, right?
And you were just starting out.
Absolutely, yeah. So it was, I didn't know what to expect. I wasn't in wedding world prior to this. I was a project manager in the city doing electrical, totally different. But I just had that problem solving mind. So I was like, I can do this. So we first came here and it was too much. I didn't think it could work. I didn't think we could handle it. Wasn't really sure what the future held. So we chose another location that was smaller, and it totally worked, and we were able to have that as our place, and we grew, and we grew multiple times that we ended up taking over a huge space upstairs, and then at that point we were still like busting at the seams, and I was like, okay, what are we gonna do? Like we can't do any more to the spot that we have. Like we've surpassed what we probably should have done there. So it was so crazy, as one of my employees at the time, she texted me some pictures and she was like, oh, this place is going out of business. Do you need any fixtures? Like, is there anything you need? Like, everything's on sale. And so, I look at the pictures and I just remember going, what the hell? And I opened the pictures and I'm zooming in and I was like, tell me that's not the place I think it is. And she was like, yeah, it is over at South Shore. And I was like, no, there's no way. Like, it's just not possible. And it was. So that day I came, and of course I'm not here to buy any of the fixtures. I'm here scoping out the place. Who do I need to talk to? Oh my gosh, this would be perfect. Natural light, what is that? So yeah, it just led into here, and we actually took way more space than what I was even looking at in the very beginning.
So that to me is one of the most inspiring stories, because now here you are 11 and a half years later, and the place that you initially thought was too big, we're now, we've got alterations next door.
Like,
we've been talking about needing even more space. Like, that is beautiful.
It's really cool.
Like, walking in here, you can really tell that you have so much pride. Like, we caught you arranging flowers. You are always making sure that this store is immaculate. What is your favorite part about this story and about this store?
Well, for me, I get excited of having space. I feel like at the old store, it was great, but I felt like it was cramped. Like brides would come with their parties and they couldn't stretch out. Like my goal is when you come here and try on dresses with your family and friends, I want you to feel like you can kick off your shoes, relax, grab a blankie, and just enjoy your space and your moment. So to be able to come here and have the space to do that, dresses are able to be nicely spread apart. I just love that there's room for everyone to be happy. And has anyone seen the flower wall?
It's gorgeous.
It's just so cool. Yeah, very exciting.
I think what's really beautiful is you got this dream and what sounds like serendipitous fate.
I know.
And we had this grand opening here and COVID hit. Mm-hmm. And I think there's also such a beautiful part of the story because the entire bridal industry has been hit, really hit hard. But here, I'm looking at how successful the store is doing, and we have people traveling and letting us know, like, wow, what are you doing? So we can tell the other bridal stores what to do. And part of it is have a heart of gold.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's the care, it's the passion, it's the drive, and that is really and truly, it isn't in someone that you hire, it isn't in a location, it's the heart of the business.
Hard work pays off, and anyone who says that it doesn't probably didn't work hard enough. I practically live here, but it's because I care. And I want everything to be right and feel right. And I do need to probably get a life, but most of you don't see me because I'm in the back and just trying to make sure everything is functioning the way that it should be.
Well, you have so much to be proud of because in spite of it all, fate really stepped in, whatever it is, your love story stepped in, and with that in place, nothing could ever break that. Just like love, right? We say here you want to find the wedding dress that captures the feeling of your love story. Like love is at the center of everything that we sell here, right? We are wanting you to feel beautiful for your special day, committing yourself to, you know, your future husband, wife, whatever it may be. And I really love that you value and you make sure that at everything that we put out, everything that we do, everything that we buy, love is at the center. Absolutely. And I think that love is really coming back for you and making sure that you also get that in return because this was meant to be.
Absolutely. I agree.
Obviously, there's a big pause that's happening for a lot of brides.
Yes.
And, you know, some of our brides are waiting a year, 2 years before their big day. What's great about that is here, not only do we have this beautiful location, but next door, like we said earlier, you actually took over another location. I think it was a frozen yogurt shop.
There was. So there was a part of an old like fabric craft store that I took a bunch of, and then there was an old, it was like a gelato pop spot, and I took that over as well. It's funny, is in the beginning I was like, this is too much space, and then when I come back to look, I'm like, this isn't enough space.
Right. That's
what are
so
we gonna
inspiring,
do?
right?
We need to problem solve this. Can we put doorways, knock a wall down?
I wish the 11.5 version of you could just like be looking in the window staring at you today. Like, what? That's not enough space?
I know. Yeah.
But what's awesome is there is a whole nother business next door with custom alterations. And now, I mean, brides are really needing to take advantage of that because I can't stay my weight more than 2 months, let alone 2 years, you know, the same exact measurements.
Right.
So that's awesome that you're also providing that right next door, brides can come, get their alterations.
Absolutely.
I know that's a huge part of what sets this store apart, and how amazing that, you know, you took up more space for that to happen.
You know, there's a lot of other stores that, you know, do a great job with selling dresses and all of that, but there is another aspect to buying a wedding dress is you need to have it altered. So for us to be able to have the spot to where here, all in the same location, we have in-house alterations, we can do any of that stuff, customize. You know, now your venue's changed because of everything, and so you want a little different look. Well, you can either buy a second dress, of course, or we can custom change your original dress, and we do it all here in-house and make sure that it's beautiful.
So one of the other things that really sets this bridal store apart from the rest all over the country, I will say, I can say that, right? Is your selection of plus size dresses.
Yes, I'm excited about that.
I just have to say, you have such a passion for that, and you even make sure that most of the sample sizes, they're larger than anyone else that I've seen. Why is that?
Part of it is trial and error. In the very beginning, when it was just me doing all the try-ons and everything, I only had one size in the store. I didn't realize that I needed to really think past that. So, you know, I definitely worked my butt off, and I was like, I'm determined to be able to make this department larger and better. So many brides are already worried about their shape, how they feel, being self-conscious, and I'll be damned if somebody comes in here and can't try on dresses and feel beautiful. So it is very important for me to make sure, not only for the consultants, because it would wear them down too, as far as, you know, because we're all very emotional, and feelings of, you know, she loved that dress, but, you know, and I'm like, wait, we got to problem solve that. You know, why are we saying but? What can I do to fix that? That is something I do daily, because everything should be able to happen. There's always a yes. There's always a way. So I try very hard to keep a selection for everybody.
I love that. You don't follow the crowd. You don't follow what everyone else is doing.
No.
And that, I think, is also
Never.
what sets this place apart, because you see a problem, you find a solution, even though most everyone else isn't doing that.
Well, it costs money, and I feel like a lot of places don't do it because they're more worried about the little bit that they have in their pocket. I give way more than I take. So if that means that I sacrifice a little bit for somebody, then I will.
Which brings me to my last question.
I was just doing flowers. Oh.
What is it about this business that you love the most?
Oh. That I love the most.
Is it the brides, the dresses, the location, like the actual business side of it? What is it for you?
I think it's the double B's, the brides and the business. Wedding dresses are beautiful and great, don't get me wrong. But that's not actually why I started the business. It wasn't because I was into fashion. It wasn't because, I mean, I have a good eye though. But that's not why. My why was my mother, Janine. I wanted to make her dream come true. She's been sewing my whole life, and you know, she's got the creative mind, but she needed someone that could handle a business. So I would say that was a big drive for me, and that's something I love. And I love running a business. I think that there's a lot of
F-bombs that get dropped. And there's always a struggle. But I think I like the challenge of problem solving it and finding a way and making it exciting for everybody around me.
So for those of you watching, you, I'm sure, can feel the passion, you can feel the love, you can feel just how much heart is here. Stephani is really someone who cares about people at the center of it all. And I think people and the passion for the brides even, right?
Yes.
Like you talk about moments where people say yes. Like in the back, you guys don't see this. When we hear the yes, you say yes, we
It's
all
so
get so
exciting.
excited back there. We're like, oh my God, yay!
Yeah.
That moment, I'm sure, it just lights you up.
It does. Real quick, I know I probably need to get back to what I was doing, but a really cool moment happened here. What was it? Right before the pandemic hit. You know, we'd been in here for a month. Things are happening, and one of my staff came to the back and said, "Stephani, there's someone here to see you." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." You know, normally I don't get to be who everyone comes to see anymore. So I was like, "Oh, okay." And she goes, "Yeah, it's a bride." She said, "You helped her, and you know, you just need to go say hi to her." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, sweet." You know, so I come out and I locked eyes with this woman who is standing right by the flower wall, right in the front of the store, and start crying. And she's like, "Stephani," and I was like, "Oh my God, Laura, San Diego Zoo. You know, 9 years ago, Maggie Sotero dress, cap sleeve." And she was just like, "Oh my God, how do you remember that?" And I was like, "You were like one of my favorite brides." And she goes, "You're the best." And she goes, "I can't even believe this place." She's like, "Oh my God." She goes, "I was walking by and she's like, I seen wedding dresses and I was like, oh, how pretty." And then she goes, "And then I seen that sign that says Janine's Bridal." And she was like, she did it. Like, wow. And so, of course, we're both bawling in front of the store. Shocker. And it was really cool. And she was just like, "I can't believe this place is beautiful. Like, I can't believe you did it. Like, I know, like, if anyone deserves it, it's you." And she's like, "I still think about you all the time." And I was like, "Oh my God." And she's like, "And I love my husband more today than I did when we were even married. And you are a part of that." And so it was very cool.
Okay, guys, I think I'm like sucking back my tears right now because I can just feel so much here. I know this is going to be a little bit of an emotional question. You do so much behind the scenes, and there are so many stories that are just heartwarming. But one of the ones that really touched me was a bride that you helped that had cancer. Can you share a little bit about kind of how you helped her and your heart in that?
Yeah, actually, she wasn't somebody I was helping with dresses or anything like that. My staff, you know, they had an appointment with a bride, and I guess through the appointment, come to find out, you know, just by, you know, because we try to engage with our brides and, you know, be part of the experience and enjoy our time together. And the bride had said something along the lines of she had put her dress shopping off so much because she was, you know, going through chemo and she was having different things happen. And definitely things happening to her body that she wasn't really sure about. And somewhere in there, you know, obviously worrying about budget, worrying about, will the dress come in time? You know, unfortunately, a lot of these have lead times, and we have to really problem solve. We're good at it, though. But that she really loved a dress. She was going to have to see if she would be able to fit it in her budget. And I hate to say it, but timing was of the essence for her to. She's not sure how much longer she had, so that of course was a concern for her. But she still came in here and was trying on dresses and trying to still have that moment before her destiny hit. And I had just kind of caught on to this, hearing the staff talk in the back. And I was like, okay, well, let's, figure out what dress it is and can we get it in time? And then I'm like, okay, well, where is she? And my consultant had said, oh, she already left and I'm going to get her some information. And I said, you call her and tell her I'm going to get her that dress for free and I'm going to get it here in time, so she can have the dress of her dreams. It's the least I can do. And so she did. She called her and told her that we were going to gift her that dress and get it here, and she was very happy.
Whew. Got some emotion going on. I love that story. I love that you have such a heart for people, whether they need a plus size dress, a destiny timed wedding dress, whatever it is. You really are always there to jump on the moment, seize the opportunity, and make sure that you provide every opportunity for love to happen.
That's why we're all here, right? That's what life's about. It's very important.
Well, thank you so much. I know you are such a busy woman. Thank you for sitting down, letting me sneak you away for a little bit.
Thank you.
You guys, you just have to know who Stephani is behind the scenes, because it is not behind the scenes work. It is everything that you see here. But I wanted to bring her out so you guys could all see her, know her, come say hi. She'd love to say hi for
yes,
you.
I would.
And thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
I'm looking outside my window. I try to see where my light goes. I just don't know how it slips out. There must be some